What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining me here today on this Tuesday, February the 21st, 2023, for another metallic episode of Music of Destruction, Raw Fucking Intolerance, coming to you, as always, from the MOD Crypt, bringing you the best in metal-related content on one of the only metal channels you need. Check out Metal Ben's Chronicles, Thralls of Metal, Damaged Incorporated, Ken's Death Metal Crypt, and Thrasher B Thrash. Those are all really great YouTube metal creators as well. If you missed anything in the past week, click that eye right now, bring down the menu. Everything that you need to get caught up is there. I'd certainly appreciate it. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that notification bell so you know when I post a new video. You're looking at one of the most honest, upfront, opinionated, and critical metal channels on the platform, and if that doesn't resonate with you, there's plenty of other creators that will cater to you. Welcome to Album Review Tuesdays here on the channel, guys, and tonight we're having a look at an absolute doom metal classic with Pentagram Relentless, released in 1993 on Peaceville Records. Now, this is their third full-length album, and that's right, guys, this is an incredible classic doom metal album by these absolute legends, and Pentagram hail from Washington, D.C., USA. Now, they formed back in 1971, so only 2 years after Black Sabbath, and are widely regarded as one of the pioneers of American doom metal, along with St Vitus. And you know, I would have to agree with this, because what this band has done for metal is just as important as Black Sabbath, 100%. And what I love about Pentagram is there's always been a very dark atmosphere to this band, and they were one of the first to really bring in the darker elements into metal and take it to another level. Even though Black Sabbath had some darker stuff, they had a lot of bluesy, kind of hard rock stuff as well, but Pentagram really took that evil, ominous, depressing, solitary sound and just put it in to so much of their music, in fact all of it, that they don't have a bad album. Really great stuff. For the lineup on Relentless, we have Bobby Liebling vocals, Martin Sweeney bass, Victor Griffin on guitars, and Joe Hasselvander doing the drums. Alright, without further ado, let's just get right into it here. Now, the album opens up with Death Row, and this is perfect because it crashes in with a low, abysmal, doom-laden riff that is buried in fuzz and rawness, but also a great sense of foreboding, and death immediately goes after your senses as the drums ruthlessly pound away along that ominous, dreary, dark bass. This completely sets the tone for this dark track and album, and we get some amazing, memorable riffs on this track. You get some amazing lead sections in here as well. Incredible dark atmospheric overtones that throw you right into the abyss. And of course, Bobby's vocals come in on this one that completes the dark journey into death and madness. I mean, this is bleak and hopeless, and it creates a lot of unease and pain as you feel the despair in the music and Bobby's vocals, as this track is all about someone sitting on death row waiting for their turn to die, and the inevitable fear and insanity that would set in knowing this. This is a killer opener for this album. Next up, we have All Your Sins, and here we get some incredible doom metal, of course, with some of the deepest low minor chords you could possibly hear back in 1993. In fact, that's what's all over this album, and it's got an amazing accomplishment here for Pentagram, because they were coming off of the heels of the American doom metal inception, being that they were the first doom metal band in America, and thus they had a lot to prove with their dark brand of doom. And the profound lyricism and dark, foreboding atmosphere of this track is astounding, as it keeps ebbing its way deeper into your psyche with its infectious grooves and powerful dark atmosphere, with Bobby's trademark vocals doing it justice. This is another amazing track. Next up, we have Sign of the Wolf, and this is a driving, faster track that picks up the pace a bit compared to the previous two tracks, which are very steeped in that slower doom metal darkness. This one, however, dark and ominous as well, but also incredibly infectious. Okay, also working title of this is Pentagram. Now, don't get me wrong, the speedy guitar work does drive it forward, but this is still very much a doom metal track, but it's also something that reminds me of Motorhead. Absolutely, as it's got that faster tempo and a bit speedy with the guitar work here, but there's also some amazing lyrics and emotions that are being expressed on this track, with the guitar tone on this record just down tuned into that raw, fuzzy buzz perfection. Okay, this fits the atmosphere of the album perfectly. That's what I love about Pentagram. You always know when you're hearing this band because of that fucking guitar tone. These guys rule, man. This is another amazing track. Next up, you have The Ghoul, and this is another amazing dark doom metal epic full of electrifying dark riffs. You got some amazing drum work and bass lines that elevate this track to some amazing memorable hooks. There's some great dark atmosphere and ominous ambience being brought in forth as well that hangs in the air long after the track has ended, that really drives home the passion and the profound statement that this music itself makes. Of course, then you got Bobby and his demented vocals that fit Pentagram so well that I cannot imagine them having a different vocalist, because it would not have worked. His voice is very dark but also enchanting and unique. This is another banger of a fucking track. Next up, we have the title track, Relentless, and this one is a bit heavier and darker than some of the previous tracks, although no less brilliant, as it executes perfectly in its intensity, and the builds and crescendos that accentuate the riffs and bass work well together here as it plods along the absolutely impeccable drum work that really gives this track an intense aggression. And you guys got to remember that this was 1993 and Pentagram had always had a classic traditional metal sound. However, they've always been a darker focused band singing about very evil and dark things, including dark entities and stuff like that. This track is no different, and it definitely delivers on bringing its intended experience to the listener. This is some killer stuff, so let's check out some Pentagram here on MOD. Enjoy. And we are back, guys. Now, next up is Run My Course, and man, this is another amazing doom metal epic with some sinister, foreboding atmosphere, but this can be said about the whole album, because as it continues to unfold further and further as it progresses, it ebbs itself deeper into your soul because of how incredible the songwriting is, and the emotions on this track are amazing as well. Now, the guitar work and other instrumentation is so damned immaculate. As it progresses, you get more and more drawn into its literal panic-stricken tempos and crashes of despair and literal fear-inducing riffs. There's some really interesting guitar work on this track as well that literally will set you on fire. The drums and bass lines are absolutely amazing as well, and this is a profound track and one of my favorites on the album. Next up, you got Sinister, and man, this just might be my favorite on the record, as this one is just a straight up doom metal dark masterpiece of some of the most heavy crushing riffs possible, and you could see where many bands would draw their influence from within the funeral doom metal subgenre, because this is very obvious, especially on this track and album, okay? This is bone-crushingly heavy, dark, ominous doom metal that really reminds me of a far darker and heavier Black Sabbath in many ways. But this is damn dark, man. Emotionally draining, and it will literally terrify you. This is truly some evil-sounding doom metal that hits all the right marks and will definitely stick in your mind and soul. This is a killer track as well. Next up, you got The Deist, and okay, man, this album just continues to ruthlessly drain your sanity as the classic doom metal pulls you into its dark, hopeless world far beyond the void of the track itself, and it reminds me of some dark, ritualistic practices going on through the music and the vocals, okay, because of how ominous and evil this really sounds, but it works so damn well, and it keeps you at full attention, and none of these tracks ever get boring. It's got some incredible musicianship and profound dark atmosphere, and an incredible range of emotions. This is another killer track. Next, we have You're Lost, I'm Free, and here we get another incredible doom metal experience that's just damned amazing as the track creates some dark hopelessness, but also a powerful electricity that I can't really explain as it builds in intensity and aggression, the darkness that emits from the album itself, and this track is very powerful too. This is easily Pentagram's best album in my opinion. One thing I also want to mention here is the lead guitar work that's all over this album that comes in at the right moments, that helps to elevate the album to new heights of musicianship and powerful emotional releases through the riffing. Absolutely awesome. This is another amazing track. Next up, we have Dying World, and holy shit, man, this is a dark, hopeless track of depression and misery, someone longing to die because of how bleak and nihilistic the emotions are here. It's emphasized very strongly in the instrumentation and writing throughout the riffs and the drums and the bass. Also, you got Bobby's vocals that always elevate and really bring up the intensity and aggression of these tracks, but this one is on a different level because there's a bit of a faster tempo here that shifts fast to slow with more moody sections and ambience that really create a dark, foreboding atmosphere to round it all off. This is another great track. Closing out the masterpiece, of course, is 20 Buck Spin. If you ever wondered where the record label of the same name got its name from, well, now you know. Anyways, this is a great way to close the album and cement itself as one of the greatest doom metal albums of all time. It's crushing, dark, heavy, and damned bleak, and that will leave you breathless. Pentagram knew exactly what they were doing as songwriters to create such a dark, evil, ominous sounding record. This track, very soul crushing and draining and emotional as well. This album fucking rules. The final verdict for Relentless from Pentagram is getting a 10 out of 10, and there's no way this was going to get any lower. This is a goddamn classic. Hail the fucking underground. Alright guys, there you have it. Another album review in the books here on the channel. Hope you enjoyed the premiere here today. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for notifications. Merchandise is available. Click on the store tab. There's also brand new links in the description that I've updated for Bonfire and Creator Spring. So go and check all that out. You can also go to the store tab on the home page. Join the channel, become an MOD Elite VIP. You get amazing perks for $249 for your first month, $4.99 thereafter. You hit the join button, you get access to exclusive content, review requests within reason, of course. Band interviews, Holocaust and Cadaver Right going to be interviewed on this channel this year. Going to be great. Also collaborations. Metal Ben and I have been doing Brothers from Hell Mondays. It's been an absolute blast. You can check out our review of Sepultura's Bestial Devastation. We did that one last night. You also get members only radio shows that are exclusive to members for the live streams. Have an awesome night, guys. We will see you for Album Ranking Wednesdays. Hails.